That took longer to set up than I thought. Hello. Sorry, forgot to clean up the last time I was painting, and I'm now stuck just trying to make sure everything's ready. Double checking. Yeah, I should be good for Yield Tournament Day. Also, Spotify's a little bit louder than usual because I was using it last time. That should be good. And let me bring up the frickin' thing. Tighten, you bastard. Alright. Should be fine. I have all the things I need. Alright. Got our transfer paper. Got our stuff. Got the towels. And all that will need to be done is just to fine-tune everything as it's coming in. Hopefully nothing is caught on anything to where it explodes. Hey! Mogulmon in. We got Maz, he's monitoring the camera. And hopefully the camera is not in too terrible of a shape. There we go. Let's fix this up because the face camera is actually fine for once. I didn't have to change anything. This going? That's better. That is super bright. That is ridiculously dark. And bring this. Nope. Bring that up. Seriously? Now you gotta fight me on this. That is super bright. Do I need to bring you down, maybe? Yeah. I don't know what happened with this thing since I last used it, but it's given me some ish. That. Just makes it super dark. I'll bring it back there. There should be good. Just down a bit more. How are we feeling? Super dark is the name of the game. Alright. And a little bit brightness. Actually, I think I could just kick it up with this. There we go. Good. You guys should be able to see that. And then if I need to adjust it, I will. So, nothing happened. Just a lot of yelling at the family pets. As usual, good old cats are clawing everything, so... they'll be back to their little slumping selves on sunbathing in the window. I lost my train of thought to what I was going to talk about. It was with Eradicators, but I had something else planned. But regardless, painting up a little bit more for the doubles tournament I'm taking part in for Sunday for 40k. Ooh. This is going to go a long way. And I also wanted to talk about, the points changes that just came in. If you didn't see, it was a gigantic balance update that dropped in. Which, funny enough, hit a lot of my Gravis units that I never thought would be touched, but I think one of them I thought was going to be touched. This guy I didn't think was going to be touched, but that was before I learned how good he was, and I thought we could start by going over that. Primarily with how I have everything set up. So, one thing you'll note, at least from here, and in the other lists as well, is that I'm going to try not running the Lieutenant with Combi because of his biggest point change. You can actually grab it here. I also do not have any oceaning where there is a Hollow Knight. Not that. How did I? Yes. There's the field manual. Because it's a separate website now. And Angels, where are you, big fellas? There you are. So, one thing that was super cool that I didn't see immediately was aggressors are cheaper. That's good for me. That helps out with the points change-up that's going to be happening. I super enjoy that, considering I'm building an all-Gravis list for Anvil Siege with Torgaradon. The things that were big that changed was this little thing. This little nod to Paul is bad at stuff I thought was pretty funny. Has to pay the same premium that my Grey Knights with Psy Cannons have to pay. Sucks, but you know what? What can you do? This. The 3 models going from 70 to 80. Now, I had no idea what was in store for them. Alright, Sith, you're overshadowing me a little bit. Just a little bit. So, I had no idea what was going on with the Eradicators, because I hadn't tried them yet. After I tried them in a 1,000-point game, I understand them a bit more. But then going up to 80 was actually very reasonable, and I'll get into that later. This update here, the requisition thresholds removed, I don't know what that means. I think it might be more narrative play than anything. If that means we can take more than 3 models, I'm up for it. I'm always up for more Gravis. But they probably will get another points increase if this is removed. They'll probably be bumped up all the way to the other Eradicator squad, 90, maybe 95, just to give them a bit more balance. This one hurt. This was a hard kick in the nuts. I saw this and I just went, fuck, my list goes up another 10 points because I take 2 squads of 3 or 1 squad of 6. I don't think you need to take more than 2 squads of 3. I think if you're taking more Inceptors than anything, you're kind of tailoring to a specific thing. And though the Assault Bolters are good, they're actually really good. I'll get into that too. But these were the 2 biggest things for me. Aggressors help pay out for what these guys are getting, so instead of having to reduce my play around by 30 points, I can reduce it by about, or I can play around with about, it pays out for itself because these guys are getting reduced by 15. Since I only play 2 units of 6, they're basically going down 30, so it pays for the increase of both of these. Land Speeder was bound to happen. That thing was crazy. He also has the requisition thresholds removed. Infernus, I had not seen. I don't play against too many Salamanders, but I don't even use Infernus Marines myself. They're, again, having Overwatch flamethrowers are probably very good. I should consider it, but I don't fuck with flames like I do bolt guns. Librarian, this was mainly for Librarian's Conclave. It does a lot of gross shit with a lot of units, so this was understandable. This is the rest in Pepperoni. At least probably for me, which is why I'm going to try not running him for favor of keeping what my army does in general, but That's a fat 07 for the workhorse. He's been at 85 points for a while. He had the point change, which I think was beginning middle of 10th. It was after Space Marines had some time to play around, but it was either middle or late 10th. He got his fat point increase to 85 from 70 because he was just an awesome action unit to have that had lone operative and stealth. You basically couldn't shoot at him at all because he also had a reactive boost. It was almost impossible to charge him. He was very slippery. Him going up to 95 is gonna be a little cringe. I think a lot of lists, probably even my own, which are pretty slow, will probably still take him just for the extra objective play and just letting our units do what we want to do on objectives. I think other fast lists probably will see no problem dropping him for something else. Maybe if you're more vehicle heavy, could probably run another Tech Marine if you wanted to, or even another Marine squad like Intercessors for more objective play. Either or. I don't think he'll be going away, but you're definitely going to see a lot of lists drop him off. Repulsor Executioner going up in points. I think it's fucking crazy. You have to pay a premium for that heavy laser destroyer. 265 for the Repulsor, I think is a bit too much now. I was already starting to drop him. Like, drop my tanks in general for just flat-out infantry, because that's just how I roll half the time, but, yeah, I think you're going to see a lot less of these tanks, unless you're specifically running a tank squad. Razorbacks and Rhinos going up and down is pretty nice. I could see getting a Rhino for a more melee-heavy Imperial Fist list. Cue beep sound. I'm still going to finish the Stern Guard. I think it was going up another 10 points. I don't think it'll make too big of a difference. You don't take more than one 10-man squad anyway. They're scary, but they're not crazy scary. The reason this happened was because of Librarius again. Fucking meta Space Marine lists ruining the fun for everybody. This one was a weird one. I hadn't seen too many suppressors, but again, I think the more high-end lists were taking them just because pitting is very, very good, and I've now experienced that with my own Grey Knights and just spamming pitting tests and just hammering movement down to a crawl. What was the Vanguard Vets got again? What did they get? They got the new melee, that's right. They have a, what is it? They basically have an assault intercessor set up to where you can just have them all take heavy bolt pistols. And they get a better melee profile. They go to like 5-2-2, and then I think they can get an extra strength on a charge or something. Which basically just gives them Grey Knight Force weapons, which is really scary, because I think they have 5 attacks each. It lets them mow down shit in melee very easily. But you can still take them in the original way, but now they have their Armageddon version mixed in. Yep, and then the great culling of the 13th chapter. This had to happen, dude. They've been so fucking strong for so long. I think this is the Honor Guard's, I think, 3rd nerf? 3rd or 4th nerf? No, I might be hyperbolic. It might be 2nd or 3rd. But it's like this is like, I think it's been 3 data slates back-to-back where they have gotten points increases, rules changes, and then another points increase because they are just that good. They were so good for so long. Gilliman being up 15 is fine. He's very strong. Uriel being up is fine. He's super strong. Titus with Wards of Ultramar was basically fucking unkillable, so understandable. Kato Sicarius with Victrix Honor Guard, understandable. Marnius Calgar can go eat a dick, that man's in everything. Tigurius going down is interesting. I don't know if people will take him, but it's interesting. And then Wards of Ultramar also going up because fucking Titus. I think Animal Siege was always taking hold. This kind of fucking pisses me off. because I built Emperor's Shield around priority assets. I'm pretty sure it was priority assets before. But, actually, I have new recruit open. Go to my lists. Don't look at that. That's for later. I think, yeah, because I built it around priority assets, so now, I guess I can be more aggressive with this list in the future, but we'll see. We will definitely see, but that's going to be for later. I think Gladius was purged the foe, I could be wrong. Oh, no, it wasn't. It was actually already priority assets. Oh, so Fulgur's changed. First Company changed from something, but he's now purged the foe. Firestorm is changed. Shadow Talon has not. Oh, this does make sense for me. What was Subversion assets? What force disposition are you? Reconnaissance. Oh, that's probably not it. Hold on. Oh no, yeah, reconnaissance. So it went from reconnaissance to disruption. Ugh. I don't know how I feel about that. Then again, I haven't really run reconnaissance or disruption, so that'll be interesting for everybody involved. But regardless, going to talk about the one thing that mattered to me changing, which was the Eradicators with Heavy Bolters. Like, the one thing I really didn't get a lot of chance to try out. I actually did try out the Inceptor Squad. I can go over that quick. Because I could just take care of basing in the meantime. The Inceptor Squad, I understand the power of Assault Bolters now. They are super scary, considering the fact that you could just drop them within 9 inches. Actually, within 6 inches because of Meteoric Descent. You don't even have to charge. You just melt them with, what is it, 3 shots each? In the 3-man, it's basically 9 shots. 9 shots, hitting on 3s. Probably re-rolling, because you're probably going to target an Oath target to jump down. Sustained hits 2 and twin-linked. And with Anvil Siege... Oh no, I can't. I would have to move them up in the field. Even if I start them on the field, have them remain stationary, crit on 5s instead of 6s. Fucking yikes. But there was an interesting interaction I had with the Eradicators and Heavy Bolters. So, I got to fully try out the Heavy Bolters with their Blast keyword against a buddy who was running Tyranids, primarily Swarm. One of it being a Gene Stealer blob with a Broodlord, which I think is the best way to actually test it out. So, the way I have it running in the doubles tournament is both of these squads are led by a Gravis Captain and a Biologus. So they're getting lethal hits. Sustained they have naturally. And the enhancements I have for each unit allows them to ignore cover. And I believe I have just Indomitable Fury on the other Gravis Captain. Oh no, I put on Stoic Defender because the points changes. So now if they run up to an objective, they can get a 6-up Feel No Pain. Which is probably what I'm going to try to do. I had Indomitable Fury before, but points happened, so we had to change up the enhancements a bit. I can't really take anything else. I could take Fleet Commander. As terrible as it is. Because it's really fucking terrible. Yeah, once we're battle, at the start of your shooting phase, you can select 1 point on the battlefield, place a mark on that point. Start your next shooting phase, place another marker within 12 inches. Let's enter that first, but then draw a straight line between the center of each of those markers. Roll 1d6 for each unit that line passes over on a 3-up, deal T3 more. It's very terrible, yeah. Stoic Defender is fine. If it turns out that the points I get will make it so it's not, I can put on Indomitable Fury, but it looks like, yeah, with the 30 points that I have, it's going to be like that. And it's important to get the Eradicators up as much as possible. Hello, Snake Urk. I'm just going to call you Snake. Well, come on in. Just chat and chatting some points changes and list playing, as well as basing the Eradicators with heavy bolters. We're giving them the yellow to start with, and then when we come back to them, we'll get to painting details. Oh, right. So the interaction with the Gene Stealer blob. So, like I said, grab as captain for enhancements, as well as an option for ignore cover. The Biologist for lethal hits. And, of course, Anvil Siege, giving them the heavy keyword, so they'll get +1 to wound if they remain stationary, so I won't have to rely on the Oath target. Planning my army? I am. Especially with the new changes that happened, some things had to get moved around in order to accommodate points changes, because new recruit doesn't get the points updates immediately, so I'm just factoring in right now. Considering I have 2 Inceptor squads to give me a +10, and each of these Eradicator squads are going up 10 points. So I have to factor in a supplement of 30, so we got that covered. Sucks, but it's gonna be a weird one. The Chaplain in there definitely is gonna be weird. I can't decide whether I want to keep him that way or attach him to the Intercessors, because he really does nothing except for... I unironically might be taking him more for Spiritual Leader than Litany of Hate. Good God. I'm getting off track again, god damn it. Again, yeah, Gene Stealers. That's what I'm trying to get through. I keep going off course, I'm sorry. To understand why they went up 10 points with this simple interaction, giving them 2 characters that allowed them to ignore cover and give them lethals, which was actually really seriously powerful, considering how powerful cover is. So against this, I believe it was a 10 blob? Yeah, 10 blob of Gene Stealers with a Broodlord. Mark them as the Oath target, so we're getting full rerolls and +1 to wound. Moving up below 3 inches, so you move up about like 2.5, 2.9. That way you still get the heavy bonus. Because now, thank God that happened. Having to remain stationary to get the heavy bonus sucked. Now I can actually at least inch. It still sucks, but it makes Anvil Siege a smidgen better. So now we're hitting on 2s, rerolling everything. Because they're infantry, since I'm shooting at them, I get Blast. And since there's 10, that's an extra 2 attacks. So it's going to be 5 attacks, so 15 in total. And I don't have a drawable thing right now. It's going to be hard, but I'll try and symbolize it with, dice roller. Thank you, because I can just add D6s, right? Yes. Okay, so just for an idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So this is what we're rocking with, right? If you're going into a blast, with just these 3. If you're going into blast, hitting a 10-man unit, and this is without any CP usage, mind you, for like stratagems or anything. I'll go into that later with Anvil Siege specifically, but 15 attacks on a 10-man squad. Hitting on 2s, because I'm proccing heavy, because I'm minimizingly moved. If it wasn't, let's say hitting on 3s, he did full movement, hitting on 3s. In an average circumstance, you would count up to 6, and then drop, obviously, the 1s, 2s, and 3s. But we're hitting on 3s, rerolling everything. So it would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, and then 1, 2, 3. Now, obviously, 3s hit, so you drop the 1s and 2s. Hey, Pixie has gone. Sorry for ask, but do you painted your army? Yes, I do, actually. Hold on, I'll grab, I'll swap for a quick second so you can see. So right now we're trying to paint up more for just other lists, but yes. I'm a man who plays his Imperial Fists as well as... I can grab them real quick. Where did I drop you? As well as Grey Knights. Grey Knights and Imperial Fists right now are my primary armies. So yeah, we got Imperial Fists and Grey Knights. Where am I gonna put you? Right there. I plan to have Black Templars in the future, but I keep adding on to the 7th Legion, and I need to stop. What was it? Going back to the... Yes, so drop the 3. So you're dropping 1s and 2s, but you're full re-rolling. Show the huge Grey Knight. Alright, hold on. We're derailing from lists to show off the credentials. I gotta lift him up, he's big. This is our big Grey Knight, our giant Grandmaster Nemesis. It is a custom model, so it's not really tourney legal, which is why I'm trying to get the... I'm trying to find time to kit bash the proper Redemptor for the chassis. Colors are a little bit skewed due to the lamp, so I can actually bring it down so you can properly see everything. But yeah, big ol' hammer, side cannon, Melta. Big ol' crazy boy. I'll leave him just outside so we can prop him out. I keep forgetting I want to set up a little slideshow of these shown minis. Might actually be helpful to helping that out. It's a lot of saturation. Too much. Right there. Lowering gain, I think, is fine. And bring it back down. There we go. It's a little bit better, not as bright. That'll work for us. And it's not just Space Marines. I paint everywhere. I've done Chaos, I've done Necrons, I've done Eldar. Bouncing out of Warhammer, I've done Infinity, I've done Conquest. I did a D&D sculpt for 2 dragons fighting, which is over there. One of my oldest ones. That was when I really started to make stride progress. So I'm probably never gonna... I have a little furry friend now. Familia came in. What's up, Bubbas? Hi! Wanna give him a meow? I don't know if you can see him. He got his little tail waggling. What's up, Bubby? What you up to? There you see him. Little guy right there. Yes, cat. Pretty you showed baby carrier, night carrier. I do have... I gotta break them down more. I have 2 Redemptor. I grabbed a bunch of Redemptor chassis a while back to kit bash them, and I just have not sit down and properly broken them down, because I have to break my Nemesis Dread Knights that I previously made, refix them, and kit them. I need to get the weapons ready. Where did you go? Are you under there again, little man? You better not be sitting on those minis. 1 second. Where'd you go? Where are you? Get out of there, you son of a bitch. Go! No! Don't sit on the drop pod, please. Get out of there. Get out. Come here, you. What am I gonna do with you? Alright, go on. Skedaddle. Go on. Hey. Sorry about that. He's been not super jumpy, but he's been hopping in and out, and he's been a little bit perturbed ever since we found his old hiding spot. And I've now discovered his new hiding spot, which is sleeping next to my drop pod in Gladiator Valiant underneath the bed bunker. He sleeps with the rest of my fists that are waiting on backup. I eventually want to get them onto a nice shelf so I can just pick and choose with them, not hide underneath. It's a new one. I don't know if it's a ad bot, but for now you'll survive. Actually, I can just check. I have that impunity. Created yesterday, huh? You know, I have the strangest feeling. Yeah. Goodbye. Just gonna get rid of that. But yeah, Cat's new spot is slumbering next to all the other Imperial Fists. As is his right. I wouldn't mind it if he didn't sit directly on top of 2 Marines that are down. To cut a long story short about the Eradicators, during my game against a buddy of mine, I was able to sink about 14 wounds after Blast and all that had been regulated, and that was without having to spend a CP for like Battle Drill Recall to crit on 5s if I had stayed still. And into a Genestealer Cole after he popped a 5-up Feel No Pain, he rolled really hot and was only able to lose 4. So after all that and rolling hot, I still took 4 Genestealers with me, which, factoring in Torgaradon's 2 kills after the Grav Gun, was insane. If that man had not rolled hot, I would have immediately wiped that squad of Genestealers and probably done at least 2 to 3 damage to that Broodlord. And then rammed him in with charging, and that whole right side might have been mine. Without the Battle Drill Recall, it came down to about 14 wounds, maybe 12 as a normal average because of sustained hits. If I had popped Battle Drill to crit on 5s with Stationary, I was probably looking at 18 if I spiked really hard, 20 wounds at -1, not counting the ones that auto-wounded. Let that sink in for a second. If it's the Oath target. If it's not the Oath target, I just don't get rerolls to hit or anything else. But on average, if I'm remaining stationary, trying to proc as much as possible, drop down a CP for Battle Drill Recall, hitting on 2s, critting on 5s with lethals and sustained, and then wounding on 2s because I remain stationary, preferably against a T4 unit, if it's not wounding on 3s, and then letting it run. The cat has come to deliver his daily offering of fur to the Emperor. Battle brother. Battle brother, I require your fur upkeep. Brother, speaking of battle brothers, I quote retweeted it, but Helldivers is finally getting a Warhammer crossover, a Warhammer 40k crossover. This year is going to be nuts with 40k. It already is nuts. It's going to get even more nuts. 11th edition came in. Data slates are launching. Spent a little bit too much time on here. Oh, the times they are changing. I think it's safe to say 40k might be hitting its mainstream stride. Because I feel like everybody has it on their radar now. And if it's having collabs with Helldivers now too, if it's having more collabs with games, I think it's finally hitting its mainstream stride. But you know what that means? It's probably only a short amount of time before they do something to royally fuck it all up. I don't know if they will fuck it all up, but with Dawn of War coming, and updates for Space Marine 2 coming out, more stuff like that, Helldivers coming in this July, it's gonna be spicy. I'm excited for Dawn of War. I don't think I got to try out the beta, but that's probably because I didn't sign up for the big boy. I think I signed up for just like a basic boy. I could be wrong. I need to double check. Just finished my orcs, share them in Discord. I will check them. My GPU is borked, had to wait and save to get a new one, but that Friday is when I should be back streaming for. I'm thinking of streaming it. I don't know if I'll do I don't know if I'll do painting. Let's go to that Discord. What do you got for us? Sneck. Good old Sneck. Well, come on in. Let me see these orcs. Let's fucking go. Ooh, these, I don't want to get them wrong. Are they flash kits? Because I remember hearing that the flash kits were the shooty boys. I do not have a Wah emote, but I am part of Aurelia, who I believe has a Wah. You know, does Froggy have a Wah? Nah, Froggy doesn't have a Wah. She should have a Wah, right? There it is. There's the Wah. Oh, they're Ludas, right. Ludas get the big fat guns like Laz and, I think they also get Melta options, but they have the big guns. I think the flash kits are kind of just, rockets. No, those are, well, they get rockets, but I think the main rocket group is the Rekka crew. I do a collab usually on Fridays with Fluffers, and we'd be doing Darktide, but not sure what that'll be then yet. Darktide's also something I need to get back to. We're almost done with Skitaria, but I'm fine putting that on the back burner for a bit. Yo, chat, more importantly, Snake's got some fucking Ludas. Check these bad mamma jammas out. Look at that. I like the little Joker face paint going on. I don't know if that was intentional, but I like the look. It looks great. Big custom shooter. I feel like that's a flamethrower. I could be wrong, though. I like the hazard stripes, though. They're actually pretty clean. Ludas slash Burnas. So it is Fire Boys. The chomping cigar. Those hazard stripes are clean. I'm kind of jealous. I get really scared when I have to think about hazard stripes. Those are awesome. I like the blue too. I can't remember which warband has the blue. I've only done Bad Moons so far. Actually, I don't know if there's a warband that's strictly blue. That's fascinating. There's Bad Moons, Blood Axes, Goths. Speed Freaks don't really have one. They're just a part of places. What's the pirate group? It's not Bad Moons. Is it Bad Moons? I could be wrong. Oh, Death Skulls. Are the Bad Moons the pirates? Because I'm hearing Bad Rook in my head, and then I'm hearing Bad Moons, and that sounds correct, but I don't think that is. Because when I hear Bad Moons, I hear Ooftak, and I know that they were a rival. They were a rival of Bad Rook during Brutal Cunning. Bad Moons are the rich ones, right? Yes, they have like all the big custom shooters. They have the they really like their armored mega knobs. They also I remember from listening to lore, they are the clan that has an increased growth rate of teeth, which means they get money super quickly. Oh, what the fuck? Leg down. Are you serious? It's been too many years since I did stuff about orcs. Need to get some books. I recently finished the Mad Doc book, and that's kind of where I've stopped for a bit. I've been on a Space Marine binge as of late. Sorry, not sorry, but, you know, I am a Space Marine player. Itchy nose. A Space Marine player with an itchy nose. Close that up. Did buy stuff to read about them. It's your first orcs? Hell yeah! Dude, I mean, you've already painted more orcs than me. I only have 2 under my belt. I have a Rekka Boss and Ooftak. That's all I got. You're good for now. I'll let that sit down. You know what? Before I forget, I wanted to set this guy up with magnets because I forgot to do that. Shout out to an old project. This is an Infinity model that I did a while back, and I just didn't give him magnets. He is a ninja. Just to show the scope of where I go back and forth. But yeah, guys, if you got any models you want to show off, be sure to check out the Discord and post it in the hobbies picks. I love looking at other people's stuff. I also love getting ideas from you guys because your guys' models look good, and it gives me ideas on how I want to build separate models for separate armies. Oi. Oi. Come here, you son of a... The real trick is, can I get this magnet into the other slot without the other one getting mad? I don't think I can, but I'm going to try. I actually need to give this guy new, Yeah, you're fighting me. Get in there. Get in there. There we go. Okay. I think I got it. Now, don't run for your brother. Oh my god. So many times I fucked that up. Now, to carefully don't move from this spot now, because that would be super cringe. Daddy wouldn't like that. Okay. I'm going to turn away and push you from my mind. Cool. That is neat. Oh, also, this is just back to list reference, but since I am ditching the combi lieutenant, I think for the first time in my entire time of playing Imperial Fists, I will be taking a chaplain. This was done by my buddy who plays Space Wolves. He did an awesome job, and he basically taught me the color recipe to do things. But I have never used this chaplain. It looks fantastic, and I'm finally going to use it, which I'm super happy about. I also finally asked him for help on doing faces, and he told me, just wash it with red, forehead. What the fuck are you doing? And I did, and he's right. I should just put the skin on, wash it with red, and then carefully highlight, and it looks 1,000 times better than it does with black. I was super stupid. Because for a trial, I did it on the Intercessor Sergeant, and he looks 100 times better battle ready with the red. And to top it all off, you can take care of that for human skinning. You can take care of a washed red by just thinning out Mephiston, or I used Bloody Red. I thinned it out. I used Mephiston and Bloody Red, thinned them down, and then provided it. I also have some Killicans. I want to do a little diorama of them to fight a squad of Sisters of Battle. That would be sick. Dude, Snake, have you ever seen the video of the guy who has, like, 100,000 points of orcs? If you have not, I want to show the image. I don't know if I can play the actual video. I want to show the image. Please don't explode your leg, good sir. That'd be very awkward. Alright. I do not. Oh, okay. I'm gonna continue painting a bit. The ad break is gonna start soon in about 3 minutes. It's gonna be 3 minutes of ads. I apologize. When it is over, I will quickly jump over. I'm gonna get the video ready. So, you know what, while that's going, I'll get the video ready, and then I'll be basing. You're not gonna be missing nothing. But, find the image. Where's the guy? Is it the same guy? Kyle Grits. Yeah, featuring over 150,000 points of orcs. There he is. Alright, I'm going to get the image. Perfect. And then I want to see if we can find the guy, because I want to show the guy. Is that him right there? There he is. All right, there's the fuller image too. Perfect. Jesus Christ. All right. So that'll be ready. I'm just going to be basing for a bit. We can still chat a bit before the ad break comes up. It's just going to be getting yellow and everything. Speaking of faces, we'll see that in a bit if I do get to... I might start with that Sergeant then. So I can actually show off the face knowledge I learned. And I've also run out of yellow orch. Sick. You know what would honestly be crazy to run with these Eradicators? A character that could give them a surge move. Just putting them into a bigger position. I think that'd be crazy. Thankfully, there is no Gravis captain that gives you a surge move. Because if Gravis had a surge move, it'd be a bit too powerful. They're very tanky, and the only thing they don't have is essentially an invul. Alright. Ads are going up. Oh, do we already drop frames? What the fuck? Already dropped frames? God damn it. What in the sassafras? Yeah, I can't get under there, that's fine. Get that on his hands too. All right. Yeah, good coverage everywhere. I had to prime these guys during a not-so-fun time. During heavy heat. It was garbage. I had to do multi-coats, and it sucked. Right, 40 seconds. We can reconvene. Again, I really just don't know who has a ad blocker or not. If you don't, consider getting one. It's very helpful. Alright, I can chill for 2 seconds. Boy. We all back? I want to see some raised hands. Plenty of null oil to finish the look. I'm sorry, but it just isn't up to the Blob Marine standards. You're so right, Pixie. God, how could I be so blind? But I want to raise hands, make sure everybody's here. Everybody's here to receive instructions. It's easier if I do it that way. But if you hope you're still here, Snake. But this is lovely Kyle's work. If I shared my sister's minis, your sister paints too? I will check that in a second. We're just gonna show off Monsieur Kyle's orc army. This is, I think, to some standards, the largest orc collection currently in the world. And here's the lovely lad himself. 150,000 points of orcs. He's got Gargants, Morkanauts, Gorkanauts, battle tanks, battle wagons, Dragstas, Mech Boys, Snagaboys, battle trucks, Flyboys. Near the end of August, and this is the state of things I expect to see. You probably will. If it's Warhammer World, you probably will see a lot of large-scale armies. But yeah, on the close-up, these are his basically his Gorkanauts. We got the battle setups in the back. Down below, you can see a large retinue of Killicans right around here. Some of his Killicans and big mech boys. The war trucks. Bike boys. Standard boys. They have dioramas for days? Absolutely. I think over here might be his Flash Gits or Ludas. It's very hard to tell, but you can see a lot of them are running their Burnas and their big Shootas. Your Mega Knobs are up here with more Killicans. Squighog boys. There's a freaking, there's a boss in here somewhere. I can't see him. So many boys, yeah. But yeah, they actually did, if you look it up, I can show it. Hold on. Or just here. So, if you look it up, This right here, Mini Wargaming, they actually did show off the tabletop in playing this. And I believe they talk about it. It was a 4 or 5 day long apocalypse game. Here's the total. Boys and knobs, 1,120 knobs and 300 mega knobs, 150 dreads, 100 ludas, 80 buggies, 21 stoppas, and 6 gargants. Nearly 1,000 boys. And there it is, yeah, world's largest apocalypse game. 300,000 points. His orc army was so big that the main guy behind it, Dave, for Mini Wargaming, he had to bring up, I think, 2 of his friends and 1 other guy to help balance out the points. And I think it was a big orcs versus chaos fight. It had space marines, demons. I think Drukhari might have been in there, but I could be wrong. But it was mostly chaos, marines, and demons. And a lot of it is custom. Yeah, you can see. The video shows 1 hour, 26 minutes. This game went on for days. I remember watching the whole video, and I think it was like a 4 or 5 day long apocalypse game. His bruiser army. Four feet and tall. Miniature, by the way. Miniature. 4 foot tall miniature. God, what a great video. I should watch that video again. It was super fun. Might do that later tonight while I'm painting more. I don't know if I'll ever have an orc collection that big, but I think for me, when it comes to collecting, if it's part of the faction, I think I'll collect about 2,000 points worth, like a table army, and then be done. If it's a faction I super love, I'll probably collect more and more and more, but... I mean, look at me, I essentially have my own battle company of Imperial Fists. Let me see, close to 66? I think in the realm of, like, marine miniatures, I think I'm close to, like, the 70s or 80s, so I technically almost have my own battle company. It's definitely not chapter size, but it is battle company size. I don't think the Black Templars are that big. No, because I haven't collected enough Black Templars for it to be that big. It's like maybe closer to half a battle company in terms of Black Templars. Alright, the base yellow is there. I don't plan on... Hello. Sorry, I had a tongue twister. I don't plan to play the tabletop, but I enjoy assembling and paint minis. That's kind of how I am. I need to play more. I want to play more. But I find myself painting more often than not. And the past, like, 3 years shows because my painting's accelerated a lot and my playing is still... It would, as homebrew Italians say, quite shit. And I mean, with how things are going, everyone's relearning 40k yet again. I can't wait for the next 3 years when we gotta relearn it for 12th edition. So we're gonna bust out these. I like to watch the table, and I just don't play. I like to play online with it. That's fair. Honestly, I wouldn't mind using the online to practice games. That's where a lot of the nice, good practice would come in. Let's just add in extra yellow. I need to get back into the, Actually, I don't know if I can... Is the Tabletop Sim still available for 40k games? Because I remember they had a big stink about that. Can you even do... Let me see, Tabletop Sim... let me see. Because I know they had a big stink about it. Wow. Can I get my most popular? What about objects? Wow, I can't immediately find, Yeah, I can't immediately find 40k. Oof. Share my sister's diorama. Yes. Might as well check it. Oh, yes, I do remember. I remember we saw these sisters. Yeah! It was a while back, but I remember seeing them. Oh, that's right. Last time you whispered me. That's what it was. You whispered me and I showed it off in stream. But yeah, super cool. You know, if you make the right dimension holes, you could use the already built diorama. I'm sure that's what you were talking about. I have the smallest amount of blood ravens I'm working on. Hell yeah. All my Necrons are stuffed into plastic boxes. That's kind of me right now. All my Necrons are just behind me, staring. I don't think I have enough for 2,000. I definitely think I have enough for 1,500. One, because Silent King is in there, but two, because I possess the Nightbringer and the Void Dragon, so I could easily filter out points. But yeah, I remember. This is what he's talking about, chat. Yeah. The Sisters of Battle. Hell yeah, you remember this? The lovely little rose. Big old Catherine setup. Celestini. The Melta. Melton the bolt gun. I made some Carcharodons, but I did not love all the gray. Gray is a bit of a bitch. I think if you're going to do like a styling for gray, you immediately have to start black and then build up from there, and it just blows, because it's like the thing with yellow. If you're not going for a bright yellow, you just build up from brown, and it stinks. Love the faction, prefer the Ravens, though. I mean, you and every single Dawn of War fan. Chances are, if you're a Blood Raven fan, you enjoy playing Dawn of War. That's all I'm gonna say. Nothing against you, I'm just saying I know where you got that love from. Either that, or you thought those guys were really cool at the end of Space Marine 1. Every chapter seems to be fleet-based. Listen, if you're fleet-based, you never get invaded. How can you be invaded if you don't have a home? Aha. Checkmate. Checkmate, Ultramarines. You can't lose Macragge if your Macragge is mobile. I've never played any of the Dawn, but I have them and didn't finish Space Marine 1 yet. Damn, you might actually be a genuine, like, I looked at the lore or saw their scheme and said, yeah. Which, I mean, to be fair, it's not a bad scheme to look at and appreciate. It's red, white, and black, I believe, right? Thanks to the heraldry. Blood Ravens. I would like to look at you. Yep. We got the image. Yeah, baby. There's the image. Alright. What's not to love about that red? It's actually very striking. Clean, nothing problematic, black trim. I'm always a fan of it. You got the custom boys with the Praetor coffin. The drop pod. Their symbol is also really nice and clean. The red puts you off? That's kind of fascinating, actually. I love the lore. It's all great. These guys are awesome. Yeah, they got great armor too. Not a fan of their colors. What? A Blood Raven fan when Pixie says they don't like the red. What the fuck? Sue me, but I met 40k in the Dawn of War game. That's fair. I mean, honestly, I think a lot of people would take you in more than me. My first introductory to Warhammer was Space Marine 1, because it was when I finished playing Gears of War 1. What is it? I played Space Marine 1 back in 2012? When did Space Marine 1 come out? It was definitely like a year after. Space Marine. There it is. Split page, please. Anniversary edition 2011. Oh, then yeah, it was definitely like 2009 with Gears of War 1, 2009, 2010. Yeah, I remember playing Space Marine 1 back in 2012, 2013. I was definitely still in high school. But I played it and I was like, this is pretty cool, and then I never went back to it, completely forgot it, and then 2021 rolled around, and my buddy was like, dude, you ever heard of Warhammer? And I was like, what's Warhammer? And then he showed me the Space Marines, and I was like, oh, what's this about? And then, well, as the story goes, here's the hole. But that was also because Warhammer picked me up when Star Wars dropped me, so, you know. Potato, potato. That's on Star Wars, not Warhammer. But you know, I climbed into the Warhammer saddle and I really haven't looked back. And I mean, I still love Star Wars. It's just, you know, the new shit can suck an egg. And I will stand on that business. Imagine my surprise when I realized main Space Marines are blue, not red. I found it through Warhammer Fantasy back in the days of yore. Ended up collecting Necrons. I remember you told me, Pix. Yeah, you collected Necrons, and then you were like, ugh. I was over elves. I found all the rest too cringe except orcs, but they are also in fantasy, and Tyranids freaked me out. Using your ancient laptop. Main Space Marines are blue, not red. It is fascinating. They were like, yeah, it's actually the Ultramarines. And you're like, what? Back in the day, Blood Angels were poster boys. Actually, back in the day, because since I played Space Crusade, the original poster boys were the Ultramarines, Blood Angels, and Imperial Fists. I found out those were the original poster boys. Gilliman became the Boy Scout, Sanguinius was best boy, and then unfortunately Rogol Dorn was kind of just like, I'm here. So they kind of just like, they didn't really dump Imperial Fists, but they were just used as either lore fodder or lore adjacent characters. I could show my codex from ages ago, but my wonderful brothers drew peens on the cover. Dude. Is it truly an official Warhammer codex if it doesn't have a couple of middle schooler drawings on them? This is from the 90s? I'm speaking from the 90s. Listen. I understand I was a fetus back in, like, late 97 and all. But, like, what I'm talking about is, like, mid-80s. Because it's been around that long. I know what I'm spitting. I may not have been there when the gospel was written, but I'm a fluent archaeologist when it comes to digging up that shit. Listen, chat, I may have a terrible ADHD brain, but I assure you, when something piques my interest, I will not stop until I find the lore. Hell, dude, how do you think I found out that the Imperial Fist actually had an acting chapter master? For the longest time, I thought they were chapter masterless because Lysander and Garrodon didn't want the job after the last one's death. And then I found out that they actually did have a guy. Okay, so I have a few I need to add on to. Get into it until 94. I didn't know caution tape was all about it at the start of times. Oh, fascinating. It's an interesting take. I didn't realize there was caution tape either. These are detail times now. I need brown. I need everything. Brown. Speed paints. Lead. What the heck is this? Black. Gold? Question mark? Maybe? I don't know yet. Yep. Bone. I don't need the green here, but maybe later. I don't need blue. I already have the red. There's all the... I'm sorry I keep hitting you, chat. You're just hovering right over the work area. That's Black Legion Contrast. There's the null. Don't think I need anything else. And the gray, sure. That can sit there. The white actually does need to be there. Red is good to go. That's good. What Chat, what color are we feeling for the, little back boy right there? I tend to do colors a bit, so just to prioritize. Speed paints are GOAT. One reason I started painting. Speed paints are very good. I'm just cursely afflicted to layers and bases because I just want to do crazy pretty shit later down the line, but this guy has actually been a godsend when it comes to doing quick black, like into the recesses. Brass, we want a brass backing. Have I done brass or have I done a gold? Oh no, the stern garter's silver. We can do brass. Good call, Snake. How did I do brass before? It was Retributor Gold with Sepia or Earth Shade. I can't remember. It's definitely the brass, though. And then you know what? The open... I'll do white. White. I need to carefully thin down this white. Doesn't have to be crazy bright, but just enough to where we get everything ready. Chill. There we go. That light is super powerful. Hold on a second, guys. Is that better for your eyes? It might be, actually, yeah. That's a bit better. Maybe Sepia. My Sepia is a brighter brown than Agrax. We'll see. I can actually test it out now. Gold. But it's the same brass recipe I have for my Necrons. At least for like detailed metal parts on them. Alright, got our gold. I did cheat and buy some. Ooh, caught you, red-handed. I'm gonna try Earthshade first. It might be a bit dark. We'll see. Not too much. No, I don't think so. Yeah, that seems a little bit too bright. This is why I need to write down recipes. Trying to believe. It might have been Sepia. You might have been correct. It might have absolutely been Sepia. A load of brass and copper tones ended up gray, 7 blue. Oof. Let's see this. Oh yeah, there it is, right off the bat. It's a little bit shiny, but we'll get there eventually. And then it'll take extra darkening later, so... Ladies and gentlemen, brass is on the menu. It's more like a copper. Alright, everyone's a critic. Kidding. Let me get a look at brass. Maybe that's my problem. I'm not seeing it. No, not brass monkey, if you can believe it. So kind of a dirty gold. Thinking. Oh, wait a minute. hold on. Idea. Wash that out. Brass, we're actually looking at, let me see this. Bought starter P paints set. Very glad with those paints. Nice. Grab one of those speed paint sets later down the line. Alright, chat. We've added bland white to the Retributor armor. It's not that bad. It's just a shame that brass looks a lot like gold. Versus gold. Gold versus brass finish. You'd think I'd remember this working in jewelry, but I never saw these bars fully. Bronze. Brass to gold. Brass to gold. Brass to gold. Brass monkeys are the stands. So that actually wasn't that terrible, actually, to get brass. It's a little bit dirtied, so what if I just gently hit a running black? I just thin this speed paint out to the heavens. That could work. Brass if fool's gold. So I think that might work. I'm gonna come back to it. For now, we're just gonna work on getting everything else. Speaking of... I'm not gonna get all of it, but... Yeah, give me that. That. I need this. Don't need too much, so that little bit's fine. I'm also gonna need... Yep. What's this again? Oh, dark flesh tone, actually. Heck, is this a red? Are you partially red? You are partially red. Hold on. I might take this. Vallejo, let's see if you save me yet again. We'll see. Trim. Also do apologize, this might be the portion of the stream where I just go completely silent as I focus on stuff, so if you do type anything, the little items I believe should be on. If you want to just give me a bonk, get me to pay attention to chat. I hope they're on. I should check that actually. It's a magical color for leather parts. I actually have another... I have a contrast I could use for leather that I haven't done in a while. I have snakebite leather that I could try. That's actually done me well in the past. Do you work? Please tell me you work. I'm waiting. Bonkish? This last time you didn't work. And my assumption was correct. Cool. Sick. Let me see. I actually can't remember if it's from here. No. It's definitely from. Nothing can just work. Hello. No, that's just a... Nope. Is it actually a Twitch thing? Hold on. Hold your horses. There we go. It's still working. Yeah, nothing's changed. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, nothing else. Okay. Fascinating. Or die a silly goose. I have no idea why it's not working. I apologize. Nothing else? Alright. Leave. Apologies, ladies and gents. I'll try to be as diligent as possible looking back and forth.
stomach's yelling at me. I've got to truck through it today. I promised myself I would. There's no fucking way. It's been an hour 50 already. Come on, dude. Oh, fuck. Sorry, guys. I'm taking a second. Oh, there it is. Oh, oh yeah. I came off a garbage truck today. My bones are brittle. Thanks for the company, C25. When I go to sleep, need to go to work. Oh my god, Snake, go to sleep! Brother, I don't even do 4 hours. I do 5 hours minimum. At least to survive. Go to sleep, please. Again, guys, you don't have to stay here. If you need to sleep, go to sleep. If you really want to provide support, if you want to leave a lurk, go right ahead. But please, get your rest. This is coming from a guy who rarely gets more than 6 hours of sleep a day, and he works for Public Works. We're just lifting heavy shit all day. No, do not listen to Pixie. Sleep. Oh no, you meant it's only... Oh, 2,500 for me. Thought you were about to coerce that poor lad and go, no. The call of the Emperor is more important. Yeah, no. If you need to go to sleep, please. Get your rest. You cannot help the Imperium if you don't rest. Or in your case, you can't conduct a proper WA if you don't get your rest. I'm a terminal lurker. You are, though. But that's fine, because we appreciate that here. Sometimes a lurk is all you need. And I mean, come on, it's a painting stream. There's only so much interactivity you can bring. The rest of it is just chilling, listening to the songs, and asking questions. I sleep 5 to 6 hours most nights. I'm never going to try and spread my raccoonish ways. I've been running the freaking 6-hour build for like a decade. It's quite unhealthy. The few times I have gotten 8 hours of sleep, I just wake up and go, oh my god. I feel real after 8 hours of sleep. Out until September because you're a lunch lady. What was I thinking? Oh, right. Feeding all them kids them their lunches. One of those gross morning people. There have been times I've had to wake up at like 3 in the morning. And I go outside and it's still dusk. And I just think, man, people are asleep right now. It's when you start waking up in like the early AMs when it feels like the world isn't real. You're just sitting there going, what the hell is going on? Shit, I'm leaning a bit off. I'll be up by 6 tomorrow. Dude, same. I'll be up by 5 tomorrow. What else we got? A lot of the same. I'm gonna pick something different. Let me see. Sure. No alarms, I just wake up. I have one alarm. That's my existence. I really do just have one alarm that I live by. The rest is just suggestive. You could wake up at this time. I have 20. It's kind of my little buff. I've usually always only ever needed one alarm. It gets to a point where I might not even need the alarm anymore, and I just wake up and snooze it. It's there as like a safety net. There we go. I have the Nero Spice. Also have time to quit hobbies and get ready to sleep, which I'll often turn off. I remember that happened to me once, where I just continued painting until it was like 12, and I was like, shit, I gotta get to bed. On the bolt pistol. I ended doing a 10-hour all-nighter stream over Xmas holidays. I mean, one of these days I might just do one of those if I really feel in the zone. I'll just say I'm taking off that day and just going nuts. It might happen. Depends on how little I value my sleep that day. Bolt pistol's good. I ended up going all night. I was going to raid out. That is a bit crazy to think about. Let me try. Might have been the better move. I'm gonna grab that face shadow now. Do I have to, I have to puncture you? No, right? It's Vallejo? There we go. should be fine. That's a bit better. Bald, bald, bald. Then Earth redeemed. Pick a color scheme. Twilight Sparkle was my challenge. God, dude. I have a new color scheme for all the horses in 100 Kingdoms. Each of them shall be My Little Pony themed. I think I'd actually rather choose Syphilis. If I had to paint 100 Kingdoms army My Little Pony themed and they were all unique, I think I'd actually rather choose the Quasi Sword going into my back. That sounds like a nightmare. Was picked to be a butt because he thought I'd hate it. Joke's on you, I'm into that shit. I'm just gonna give them all metal and Vox grills. Alright. Uh-oh. It's light skin. I need basic, actually. There we go, basic flesh. Light skin, light skin. Can I see a pale skin? Over here I can. It is a bit awkward to have these in different angles. Ad break incoming in 2 minutes. Bald, 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 bald. My eyes. There we go. It can only be redeemed once per stream and it was expensive. Jesus. They called your bluff. I'm sorry. What am I missing? It's light skin, or maybe pink, actually. Where's pink? Pink. It's basic. That's pink. Yeah. Let's see if I can't. Yeah, I understood I couldn't because I was like super clogged. Yeah. Still good. You are. Alright. It's not a problem. Oh, geez, chat, there's an immediate clog crises. There we go. That should be clear now. Yep. Alright, let's see how that works. Hopefully it works and I can use it. The answer, chat, is possibly. But it looks like it's a solid no. Wow, that thing comes in so fast. Holy shit. That might also be. I stick a paper clip down the hole. Oh. That is fair. I should use something thinner than not pliers, like tweezers. This is gonna be rough. Fucking scale is a bit of a problem when it comes to staying hydrated. You gotta like really drown that son of a bitch. There we go. Okay. bit of a thinned Mephiston. Hopefully that's good enough now. There we go. Alright, where is Pale? I've never airbrushed. If it is that, ignore anything I said. Nah, you're good. I apologize if that message was late. Fuck. Okay. Yep, I knew that was gonna happen because I got stuck. Shit. My darn smock of a shirt. It's all good. Saved it. The damn thing fucking exploded. Busy painting, not counting seconds. True. So true. Clear out all the gunk. I think I only have, yeah, I only have one face currently up. That's fine. Probably eventually run these eradicators as a full squad down the line. There we go. Big ol' bald head. Boy, oh, I got a bald head. It's actually the best fucking skin I've ever done. Hell yeah. I've learned now, chat. Very fucking thin coats and red as the shade, and you get the actual fucking skin. What a gosh darn concept. Make sure to give those lenses lights. Just wanted to give it its metal highlight. There we go. Bolt. It's metal. Might be metal. Its stock isn't though. A little bit hard to see underneath, but my bad. Chad hit you again with my earbuds this time. There we go. And I got the casing at the bottom. So, I think what I'm gonna do. Got anything else I need to hit? It's tiny. Tiny little belt. Nothing too crazy. That's covered. This is now covered. Something crawling on me. Felt like it. Just gotta... Fuck. Alright. Shit. Wish me luck. Brace yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to paint eyeballs. Sorry about that. But to answer your question, yeah, helmets are a lot easier. I'm just trying to practice skin so it doesn't become my boogeyman anymore. Better. I just need to... There we go. Not bad. Eyeballs could use a bit of work, but when does that not need work? Dude, that looks great. Yeah, that... Learning how to do that shading with red made it all that much better. Because look at how nice that looks. I'm going to bring down the fucking lighting. There we go. It looks awesome. Yeah, with that help, I'm one step closer to doing face as well. I'm super happy about it. Here, let me get that rock. Ah, you know what else? I fucking missed this. Missed the magazine on the ground because it wasn't part of the final model. There we go. You know what? That can be golden tinged ammunition. That I'm not afraid to make gold. There we go. Hard to tell, but there's a tiny little skull on the magazine. There we go. Look at that beautiful boy. That's a handsome boy. Clean up a bit of his yellow. There we go. There we go. Alrighty then. Final touches to be added, at least for this guy. I just gotta make sure whenever I'm applying, let me start doing this. For the brass, it's gonna be sepia. It's the biggest conundrum. I just dropped him right into his brothers. Alright. I think just to round out the night, we will do the whole shebang, as in stain, get everything going, add in the basing for him, because I will run up to the point where I need to pass out. I'm trying to start these streams early on Thursday, but you come off the workday and you're just sitting there going, I need an hour to detox. And just find yourself again. Sucks, but it's gotta happen. Or else you're gonna start stream in a very, very poor mood. And also, your boy is a bit hungry. Oh, Cassandra Yellow with a hint of sepia. That's also a play. Doesn't really hinder it, but it does help it to a certain extent. The most careful usage of Cassandra Yellow you can imagine. Oh my god, I forgot that. There we go. That almost became unhelpful. Might have also forgotten that Gravis gets power cables into their arms. Might have forgotten that detail. Alright. You know what, Chad? After we're done with it, I'm gonna score myself a nice large pot of mac and cheese. Give myself a little coma treat and then pass out for work tomorrow. Earned myself a nice food comatose. There we go. Alright. Our first layer is good. is our Septipia. There you see it, chat. You get to watch all the yellows and browns transform before your very eyes. You're learning because I'm falling asleep. I hope the rest of your stream is awesome. Don't worry, Pixie. We're wrapping up close too, just because I too am starving and tired. We're gonna have a lot more of a longer stream session on Saturday, hopefully. Because Sunday I will be unavailable as I will be at that doubles tournament. So if you need to lurk, go right ahead. Have a wonderful snooze. Where's Abaddon? I need him. I will watch if I can. Not sure if the Rogue Trader collab is happening this weekend or not. It is what day it is on. Either will work either way. Good night. You have a good night, Pixie. Get some slumber. Snake bite. Give me that. we go. That's not good. Alright. Time for the big jamma. It's time for our Lord and Savior Agrax and Null Oil. And that should be our lad. Heck yeah. I'm gonna super thin this. hit it on that side. There we go. There's a bit more dirt going on with that face. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, dude. Look at that boy. Looking great. Yep. See if we can't get his basing in. Shift that over, and then all he'll need is bullets. Those aren't bullets. They're spent spent casings. I just flub words. Like I was trying to say Chardonnay. Yeah, a bit more of an organized mud. Hello, Raven Overlord. I apologize, it kind of caught us near the tail end. We're just trying to wrap up this one lad. And unfortunately, it's going to be time for me to rest. Because having a job is required. One day. One day I'll make this my job. And then you guys will have me for hours on end. I've been doing good. We just recently got some new eradicators in, finished it up. I've been practicing more on my skin, and it's looking a lot better now. It looks like an actual fucking head. And I've been very good. Been getting a lot of painting done. And also, more importantly, we're getting more games in. I'm actually playing the tabletop. More or less good news all around. Perfect. And there's our lad. The only thing he's really missing is his squad markings, but I'll take care of that probably tomorrow before I head out for another practice game. And it would do me great if I didn't touch the actual portion I just fucking painted. Smooth move there. Okay, I'm going to put him down before I mess anything else up. Oy. Started a bit earlier, but I need to take time to clean up. Okay. Whew. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Again, in the future, I hope to start these a bit earlier so we can get a bit more done. I get a little bit carried away sometimes, and I spend way too much time on a battle-ready board that I really shouldn't, but again, I feel passionate about it, so I'm going to do as much as I can for it before I pass it off as completed. Each stepping stone. If you're curious about any of my finished projects before, you can check out the links down below in the Discord, the Instagram, and the Twitter. You can find multiple finished projects of mine. And stay tuned for us hopping on Saturday. It's probably going to be more time painting. I might also play a bit more just to round it out, because I feel like I don't play enough of the Warhammer games that I spend time in. You can never spend too much time. That part you're correct on. I have models that speak for that in the future, and again, I'm going to incorporate in between some of the other models that I haven't finished, such as Infinity and Conquest. But yeah, if you also have painted your own models, check down at the Discord, post it, because I'll usually leave a little emote, and I might also comment about it, because I enjoy seeing other people's finished projects. That's always a good, fun portion of that. And also, I am going to snooze that so I can finish it up. Thank you. Snooze those ads. I'm also now going to take time to clean up so I can go eat something because I'm starving. So, you guys have a wonderful night. And you know what? I'm going to send you on your way because I know some people probably joined in late. We'll send you on your way to another person in the middle of stuff. Oh, perfect. You can check out a cat trying to use a 3D printer. So you guys have a wonderful night and enjoy VTuber learning Blender.
I forgot his name. CPC. Ah! Welcome in, TheLGod. Welcome. How are you? Thank you for bringing your community over. How's your stream? Yes, Jeremy Clarkson. His famous words, okay? Well, I don't know if it's him or one of the other guys. But on BBC Top Gear, they said, ambitious but rubbish. And that is my life model. So I will always be ambitious and rubbish. That is A-okay with me. We dream big, no cups or bottles? Yeah. I'm doing well. How are you? How are you? How's your stream? What were you doing for miniatures and models? Were you doing finishing one of the eradicators for 40k and talking top lists? Oh, nice. When you say finishing, was it like, did you paint it? Was it painting? Welcome in. I am learning Blender. I have not done anything in Blender at all before this. So chat is holding my hand, and apparently I like now I've just put up the reference of what I'm trying to make in Discord, and one of the people helping me is like, "What the fuck, man? Why did you fix this? It's so hard." Full paint and base, nice, nice. How long does it take for you to do a full paint? Like, are we talking about however many streams, or just like a few hours? I mean, I think paint needs to dry, so maybe like 4-ish hours. Oh shit! I need to save this. Hold on. I wonder if it shows the save dialogue. Hold on. I'm gonna toggle over very quickly. Save as. Where do I put it? New folder? Should I make a new? Oh, should I actually make a new folder? Yo, let's go. New folder. B3D. Yo, my first Blender folder. Kuroro. Pudding. Save as. Save. Yo, let's go. It shows the whole. It shows. This is what I don't want you guys to see. It shows the entire path of this save file. How do I block you guys from seeing the path? Not that under users it shows my real name, but I also don't want you guys to see what my account name is because it's so stupid. I'll show you guys. Oh, thank God you guys don't see it. Oh my God. He does not show you. Batter right ready to should take you only 45 minutes per model. Full details takes 3 hours. I see. Anything more is multiple streams, but you're getting faster. Nice. Have multiple saves? I mean, I haven't saved it at all. I just started and I was struggling with the basics. Blender is over? No, I was like, I should save before like anything happens to this. All my hard work on these two, whatever they are. Sparkman, hello, welcome in. There comes a time where in every human's life when they yearn for Blender, yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. If any of you guys are here hoping to glean and stuff, glean some info, there ain't any here. It's a separate tab. She has a Yahoo folder. This is why she doesn't want us to see it. No, because it shows like drive C / users / like my account name / documents /